Have you ever read the book, The Strong-Willed Child by Dr. James Dobson? I remember hearing about this book long before I had children. And I also remember desperately seeking it out when I was graced with a strong-willed kiddo of my own. I dove into the book expecting to learn all about my difficult child and how to be the best parent I could be during the difficult moments, which I did. However, I also unexpectedly learned far more about me. Clearly, being an adult at this point in my life, I could clearly see that I was definitely a strong-willed child. I tease my parents all the time that the Lord just used me to help build their endurance and determination and character. But in reality, we all know I was nothing short of difficult on many occasions. I had my own agenda, my own thoughts, my own plans, and I was determined to make it happen with or without the support and approval of my parents. However, while reading this book and the characteristics of a child who is strong-willed, I had the realization that I wasn't just a strong-willed child. I was, and I am, a strong-willed adult. Want me to do something? Well, you better not tell me I have to, because just like a toddler, I'm going to dig in my heels and refuse. But give me the option, and I'll always jump right in and be the greatest support I can be. Thankfully, all of these years later, the Lord has taught me how to keep my toddler tendencies at bay. However, it's also the first sign, if you will, that I see creep up in my life when I begin to become overconfident in my abilities and my plans and begin to take my eyes and focus off of Him and His. That strong-willed nature is exactly what came to mind when reading 1 John 5, verses 1 and 2. It says, "Everyone who believes that Jesus is the Christ has been born of God, and everyone who loves the Father loves whoever has been born of him. By this we know that we love the children of God, when we love God and obey His commands." We all know the Lord has given us the free will or the freedom to choose how we live our lives, but too many times I think we confuse our free will with our strong will. We can be deceived into thinking that what we feel the strongest must be what we are meant to do or say the most. However, verse 2 tells us something very different. It says that others will know that we love the Lord when we obey His commands. Notice it says His commands and not your desires. Joshua 24:15 echoes this truth in saying, "But if serving the Lord seems undesirable to you, then choose for yourself this day whom you will serve, whether the gods your ancestors served beyond the Euphrates or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you are living. But as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord." Friends, this grace, this freedom and hope-filled life that we have available to us in Jesus all hinges on one thing: choices. A choice to believe in Him, a choice to receive Him into your heart as Savior, a choice to surrender your life to Him as Lord, a daily and sometimes hourly or even minute-by-minute choice to obey His commands rather than following your feelings. There's a song by Jason Upton called "In the Silence" that regularly plays in my mind anytime I'm struggling to surrender my strong will to the Lord's. The first verse says, "I'm tired of telling you you have me when I know you really don't. And I'm tired of telling you I'll follow when I know I really won't." Those 4 simple lines serve as such a simple yet powerful reminder to me that it's up to me to choose. The life the Lord has for me is readily available to me. All I have to do is choose to surrender and trust, choose to obey. So what will you choose today? Will you choose joy in Him amidst the struggle within you? Will you choose hope in His promise even in the waiting? Will you choose obedience over worry and doubt and fear? No matter the decision you are facing currently, the choice is yours. But I can speak from experience when I say that you cannot live fully surrendered to His will until you've stopped clinging so strongly to your own.